Welcome to Beauty to Bank, the number one place on the web where beauty professionals learn how to make money without standing behind the chair. Okay. I am your host, Season Bennett. I am the CEO of The Social Barber. I have been having so much fun hanging out with you guys. Last weekend, I had my Beauty to Bank virtual conference. It was free to anybody who wanted to attend, and it was a game changer for me and for so many other people. I got so much positive feedback on it. Let me know if you attended. I definitely want to go ahead and highlight some of those messages and details where people attended, but it was a lot. It was a lot going on. There was a lot going on behind the scenes. It was 2 full days of me being behind the computer from 12 to 9 p.m. 2 days, okay? But it was so fulfilling. We had, I mean, literally, there were just an amazing number of people who showed up. I understand that some people couldn't stay for the whole thing, so we do still have for purchase, the replays. If you wanted to do the replays, the price is, different now than it was before the conference, but it was definitely a game changer. Some of the speakers that were at the conference, they really dropped some information that a lot of people wouldn't be able to have access to. You would have to be in different rooms in order to get this information. And that's really why I invited them. Okay. So it was truly a game changer. It was a game changer for me, and it was something that I did. I was outside of my comfort zone, and I know you're thinking, Season, you're online all the time. How could you have been outside of your comfort zone? But it definitely was something that was outside of my comfort zone because that is, it was a big deal. That was the first time for me doing something different, and I want to encourage you to think big. I want to encourage you to do different things, outside of the box. But we're going to be talking about that more in a minute. I also, today on our show, I'm so excited to have Broadway wig maker extraordinaire and my friend Daniel Coy on. He's going to be dropping all kinds of tips, and he has really done such an amazing job of just monetizing what he knows. Okay. And that is really the essence of the Beauty to Bank brand and just the idea behind the whole thing, making money without standing behind the chair. And he's done so many amazing things. We'll be talking to him in just one moment. And in addition, I wanted to talk to you guys. I had an amazing weekend. I hope you guys did. It was the 4th of July. Finally, right? Grandpa Joe told us we can get together with our with our family. So I definitely had a cookout with my family. If you go ahead and check out my stories, you'll still be able to see some behind the scenes. I'm in North Carolina, so they're very flexible as far as shooting off fireworks. And so, I mean, it's been traditionally that my family likes to come to my neighborhood because they get it in on the 4th of July, and you literally will feel like you're at a professional show and we're just sitting in my driveway. Like there's just so many people that are just able to shoot off. I mean, fireworks like crazy. So you'll see. I will admit I did my before picture on my cooking. I didn't do my after picture. But yes, it was super amazing and a great time. In addition, right before we get started, I also want to let you guys know that I am doing a 7-day challenge to write and sell your ebook in 7 days. And it starts next Monday at 3 o'clock. So right after this broadcast, it will start, where I'm going to help you become an author. Oh my goodness. Like how amazing is that? If you want to become an author, this is something that you're going to be able to do with, with this challenge. Okay. We're going to do it together. 7 days to start writing and selling your own ebook. Okay. So if you do not have digital products, you hear me talking about it all the time and you're ready to get started, I have a proven system that has helped hundreds of other beauty professionals learn how to write and sell this ebook within 7 days. It's super easy. You don't need a website. You don't need a graphic designer. You don't need anything but yourself. Every single tool that I'm using in this challenge is free. So I definitely I invite you to that. We will be doing the challenge live on Instagram Live. I created a new page called Social Barber Challenge. And it's only for the people who join the challenge and purchase the course. So I will drop the link in here into the description so that you can go ahead and start doing that as well. Okay. So getting started first, I want to share with you about selling, right? And how to connect with your audience. Okay. So a lot of people get really super excited about, they get really super excited about having, about selling products online and having a lot of followers, but I want to help you understand, how do you create an audience, right? How do you build an audience? How do you build a tribe? How do you build the people who every single time you put a class or a product or something out there, they're going to be the first ones in line to purchase? That's a tribe, okay? It doesn't have anything to do with your followers on Instagram. It might be some of your followers, but these are people that are going to be coming to your page looking for motivation, inspiration, and everything else. So I want to share with you, how do you build this tribe, okay? So one of the big things that I want you to do is meet them where they are. Okay, I know this is like, it sounds so obvious. How do you meet them where they are? So let's talk about this, okay? And that actually, one of the reasons why I was inspired to speak about this is because, for my own, um, for my own class, I've done these challenges before, right? I have this ebook and 7 days challenge coming up. And I noticed that a lot of my audience are big Instagrammers. Okay. They're big Instagrammers. And so me going live on Zoom every day was a little bit harder for them. But if I went live on Instagram, it would be easier for a lot of people to join my challenge and to really feel good about, hey, I'm right there on Instagram. It's just another Instagram account. Let me remember to do this, that sort of thing. It was a lot easier for people. So that's why I decided to do it on Instagram. Okay. Um, so one of the things that you want to do is you want to have free content. Okay. When you're building an audience, you're building a tribe, you're meeting them where they are, you have to have free content, because people, a lot of the the members of my group coaching program ask me all the time, well, how much information do I give away for free? And how much do I have to purchase? Okay. And how much is for purchase? And people struggle with giving away too much for free because they feel like, well, that's my paid content. Well, people are never going to get to your paid content if they don't get enough out of your free content. How do they know you're the one? How do they know that you have the information? How do they know that you know what you're talking about? And it's because, a lot of people are out here, they've taken classes, they've gotten got. Okay, if you've gotten got, go ahead and drop it in the comments where you've purchased a class and you were like, oh my God, I'm so disappointed. Like, this class was not what I thought it was going to be. The marketing was amazing and I purchased. And but when I got it, I was like, this isn't going to help me. I hope that's never happened to you, but likely, more likely than not, if you have purchased classes online, that has happened to you. Okay. Now, a lot of people might say, well, who cares, right? As long as somebody purchased, it's all good. But the problem is, when you're really building a tribe, you want to build a loyal following of people that are going to purchase every single time. Now, I will tell you this hint. It's easier to sell to people who've already purchased from you before. Okay. So you want to build a loyal following of people that know, hey, when this person has a paid class, they know what they're talking about. I have to get this class. Okay. I have to get this because I know it's going to be good. And so the way that you do that is you have to, over deliver on your free content and over deliver on your paid content. Give them really good nuggets. Now, a lot of people, when you're giving away your free content, when they're listening, they're going to say, oh, this really sounds really good, but they're not going to really understand and fully know how to implement without taking your paid class. So don't worry too much. Now, some of the top marketers in the world, they're giving away 80 to 90% of their information for free, and people are purchasing just so that they can see, right? So they can see the content, they can get more of a step-by-step into how do they implement. And then in addition, some people are purchasing because they want to hang out with you. They want to spend more time with you. They enjoy your company. They are enjoying all of that. So you have to do that through your free content and really work towards building a community of people that know you, share a little bit of yourself behind the scenes and behind your life. That is something that I struggle with as well. Okay. But all of that goes into your free content. It's not just teaching, it's also letting people get to know you as a person. Right. So, sharing some of your family things, your cooking, you're cleaning, you're walking your dog, you're exercising, just sharing a little bit more of your personal life so that people can understand, hey, I really like this person, and they become invested in you. They want to hang out with you, but you have to have that free content going. Okay. Now, in addition, let's talk about, what do we do with this tribe, right? So you can have multiple streams of income with your tribe, okay? You can have physical products, you can have digital products. you can, which is my favorite, of course. And then if you have a physical location, right? Let's say you open a brick and mortar business, you can also have it where, this tribe can also now come to your paid business, right? Whether or not you have a barbershop, a salon, if you want to open up a selfie museum or whatever it is that you want to do, you want to make sure that you have this connection with people so that they know what's going on. They're not ignoring your mass text messages or your emails that are going out. Okay. They have a good understanding of what you have to offer and how it's going to help them. Okay. And this can help you. You're going to have, you might want to have your ebook. Okay. Join my shameless plug, join my challenge to get your ebook up in 7 days. Okay. But you're also going to want to have, multiple ways that you're going to be able to get money. Okay. And sometimes you might be surprised. Listen to your audience. Some of your multiple streams of income once you've built your tribe might be, hey, can I pay you to do a dedicated live with me? Like, can you go on Instagram live with me? And I want to talk about something that I'm promoting. And so you might find like, hey, I never thought about doing that. But with your tribe, they value you. They value your audience. They value what you have to give. And so you might even be able to, have people pay you for that. You might be able to, once you've built this tribe, other companies might want to talk to your audience and they might want to pay you to, hey, can you mention me on your live broadcast? Can you mention me on your feed and your emails? Okay. So all of this comes with multiple streams of income, but you have to have that tribe. It gets we can have all the amazing ideas in the world, but if we have nobody to purchase and to pay us for these ideas, it's all for naught, right? It doesn't matter how good your idea is. At the end of the day, people have to purchase. Okay. Now, one of the things that you really want to do is you want to stay visible. Now let's talk about how do we do that, okay? Stay on top of the trends. Like I know that, I started out going live on Periscope every single day. That's really how my business really started popping and how I started teaching classes online. I made a commitment to go live every single day, okay? And I stayed on top of the trends. That really faded out, but then I started going on Instagram Live. But then I started going on Clubhouse and that really blew things up too. That was a really, really, really hot trend. And so, I was going on Clubhouse. Okay. Now, another thing that you want to do is that I know we love the hype of social media and having all the different likes, comments, followers, and all of these vanity metrics. Okay. But we always want to remember at the end of the day, we have to send out emails on a regular basis. We might even want to use text message marketing. Okay, that might be something that you want to do on a regular basis. And then you also, if you're using an app, if you have your own app, you can do this. Or if you're using a booking app, some of the booking apps will allow you to send out in-app messages. Okay, so if you have another way of sending out in-app messages, that's something else that you might want to do as well to stay visible, stay in front of people, touch base at least once a week so people know you're still there. Okay, at least once a week. Stay in touch with your audience and let them know what's going on with you. Okay. Now, another thing, and this is so important, I touched on this just a moment ago, but you want to show up for your audience. Okay. Show up for your audience. What does that mean? Okay. You want to consistently be in front of your audience. Now, ideally, the best way to do that is to go live. Now, if you're a beauty professional, Instagram Live is really amazing, but you might also, you want to meet your customer where they are, right? So if you're offering digital products and your customers are other beauty professionals, you might find that Instagram Live is a really dope place to meet people where they are, right? But if you're working with other, you're providing services and you're looking to build your audience there, you might find, oh my gosh, Facebook is a great place for me to go live. Let me go live on Facebook. I've had tons of my students and in my group coaching program tell me that they have hundreds and hundreds of people because they're going live on Facebook. And that's how they're really becoming viral. So, but you want to show up for your audience. Okay. Now, if you really want to start building that following, there's nothing like going live. I'm telling you, there's nothing like going live. And I know it might feel uncomfortable, but I'm just telling you what I know. I'm just telling you what has worked for other professionals and other members of my group coaching program, that going live and being consistent. Now, if you really want to build up that going, the tribe from going live, what you really want to do is you want to promote that live broadcast. Okay. You want to promote that live broadcast. you want to be consistent. You want to try to give people an idea of when you're going to go live. Now, when you're first starting out, it is a game changer if you can challenge yourself to go live every day. Now, if you can do it at the same time, that's even better. Even if it's just a short live, you're consistently going live every single day, you're able to reach people all over the world. I've literally had students that have taken my classes that are actually in Africa. Okay. How amazing is that? That is just a mind blowing thing for me. Okay. And so you want to make sure that you go live. Do it every single day. You can go live on Instagram. You can go live on Twitter. You can go live on Clubhouse. But really, the whole thing is about going live every single day and giving and try to make it, even if you're not at the same exact time every day, try to let people know, hey, next time I'll be live at this time, promote it, try to be consistent. Now, when I told you I went live on Periscope every single day. Now, the funny thing about it is I made a commitment to go live every single day, but in my mind I wasn't really as purposeful, I'll be honest, as I planned to be, but I was going live super late just because of the fact that I had a full-time job and I had a daughter and I had all kinds of stuff going on, and so I couldn't come on until late. By the time I got everything done, exercised, did dinner, got my daughter down to sleep, it was late. But that was not my plan. But people knew to look for me later on in the evening. And so that's how I really built a tribe. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to tell you to do, and this is super important, is that you tell your audience what you want them to do. Now, when you're talking about marketing, this is called a call to action, okay? But you have to tell people what you want them to do, okay? What do you want them to do next after they've listened to you? It's not just enough that they're listening to you. Hey, join my email list, join my VIP list, text me, join my challenge, my 7-day ebook challenge. Join my webinar, my free webinar, whatever it is that you want them to do, you have to tell them. Okay. You literally have to tell them because it's not going to be enough, right? You don't want to build an audience for the purpose of building an audience. You want to get them really excited, right? You want to get them really excited about, figuring out what do they do next? And the real challenge is learning how to get people to move. When you tell them to move and you tell them to go in a certain direction, that is the game changer. Okay. That is the absolute game changer. So that's absolutely what you want to do. Okay. Let's see. So are you using some calls to action in your marketing? That's something that you always want to do. Okay. Absolutely always want to do. Let's see. Now, one thing that I want to do, and I'm really excited about, is I want to bring my next guest this week, Daniel Coy, on. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Daniel Coy. He is just a model for Beauty to Bank, okay? And the reason why I say this is because he has done such an amazing job of taking his beauty knowledge to the bank, from working on Broadway as a wig maker. I mean, he's worked with some of the top people in the industry, okay? Like Vanessa Williams, Cicely Tyson, Cuba Gooding Jr., Clifford Smith Jr., hello, Method Man, okay? Natalie Portman, Leslie Jones, Chris Reed, Heidi Klum, Jude Law. I mean, gosh, you guys, Patti LaBelle. I mean, many, many, many more people, okay? He's a union hairstylist in New York City. So that means that he is able to work on Broadway and TV and movies and things like that. And he's been doing this for over 13 years. And you may have seen his work on ABC News, NBC, Lifetime, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Netflix. I mean, come on, seriously. And one thing that I really connected with him on is his education. So, he teaches online classes. Of course, he's using Kajabi like I am. But one of the things that he's doing is that he's learning how to, he's teaching people how to create, wigs and how to become, in the union, and how to, he's got ebooks and classes, and we're going to talk to him more and more about this. And so let's see, without further ado, let's see if we can get Daniel on here with us on Beauty to Bank. Daniel, are you there? Welcome, Daniel Coy, to the Beauty to Bank show.
What's up, Season? How are you? Oh my gosh. Thanks for having me on. I'm so excited to be here.
Yay, I'm excited to have you. I always enjoy our conversations. I
Oh,
feel like we have gotten to know each other so well from meeting on Clubhouse.
I know, right? Good old Clubhouse. Who would have thunk that has changed the game for so many people? Me
Yep.
especially. I mean, holy cow! I met you, and we what
Mhm.
December? Like it's only
Yes.
been December. I mean, I feel like we go back like years. Oh my god.
Right. It's like fast tracks your relationships with people. It's weird. You spend all this time with people online, and we had our little back channel going, right?
Right. Oh my gosh, everybody talking in the back, going in the front, talking back and forth. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
all the skinny. Talk to this person. No, don't talk to this person. Okay, cut it. Timer. Done.
Right. I
Oh
gotta
my
go to the
god.
bathroom. I'm just gonna stay on stage because I
Cover,
gotta run
cover
to the
for me.
grocery store. Exactly, exactly. So many behind the scenes. There's gonna be a Lifetime movie about this behind the scenes in Clubhouse.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
goodness. So Daniel, this show, so I really envisioned having this show by having beauty professionals come and talk about how they take their knowledge of the beauty industry and bring it to the bank. Okay. Like
Hello.
basically, yes. And so you have really, I mean, just been so inspired talking to you because that is something that you did. Can you talk about how you have started, working with digital products?
Yeah, digital products. I'm gonna say like I am a MySpace generation. I know. Ooh, ooh,
Same
ooh.
here.
So like it's like getting in on the beginning ground. So I always wanted to write a book for theaters and schools that I was working and doing shows for and renting wigs for. But they never knew how to like prep their own hair or do anything like wig related for theater and film. So I wrote a book and it kind of blossomed into this, oh wow, people in the salon need this. Oh, wait, other wig makers even need this
Yes.
information. And I wanted to create something that they can go at their own pace and also no fluff. Like I've seen every wig making book there is. I'm like, who has time to do a 4-year course or, or not get enough information from someone? So I kind of lay everything out, give all the tips and tricks and like to fast track your wig making business so that you can like work smarter, not harder and not have to deal with the drama, I'm going to say, of the,
Hmm.
oh, what's the best thing to use or what's the best and so digital was the way to go. And I used many of platforms to
Yes.
try to get that out there. And, I know you have turned me on to
Mhm.
Kajabi. So,
Mhm.
like, that has been a game changer in my world.
Yes.
I was using another one, which shall not be named.
Yes.
Uh, so it's just
Keep it
been
cute. Keep it
oh
cute.
yes, oh yeah, cute. But I do tell all in like my community because I don't want people
Yeah.
to go down that rabbit hole that I went through for
Right.
so
Absolutely.
many years of trying
Mhm.
to find the right web coder to
Yep.
make it happen or like
Yes.
all those long drawn out like I could go to
Hmm.
school just to learn how to do what we do now on Kajabi. I
Right.
mean, dang. So
Right.
that's where it's really came from.
Hmm.
I teach wig making, I hacking to
Hmm.
be technically. I don't like spending 90 hours to make a wig because
Okay.
you make a wig one hair at a time. Well, that's how we did it for theater and for TV and
Oh
film.
my gosh.
One hair at a time, matching the hairline so that you don't even know that it's not their hair.
Uh-huh.
I know that the market of wigs has really changed
Yeah.
since my book came out for the children. Um,
Hmm.
and it's more of a mass media now. So we have,
Hmm.
the machine made wigs, the ventilated wigs, the wefted back wigs, your stocking cap method, your glue and sew methods, your sewing machine methods, all these different methods. And I'm like, they're great, but why can't we do something even better and focus on the hairline? Because that's what
Right.
makes you think, what is a wig? Like, is that
Yes.
really a wig? And it's the hairlines,
Yeah.
hairlines, hairlines, because you can have a party in the back. So I
Yep.
kind of incorporate that into everything. So you can take this information that we've been using for, I'm going to say, centuries from
Okay.
when wigs were first made back in the Elizabethan era of these
Oh
big
my goodness.
bouffants, and we are still using that same technique of ventilating on lace to this day. So now
Hmm.
I'm taking that information, showing you how to recreate someone's hairline if they lost it from cancer, or if
Hmm.
alopecia or too much,
Hmm.
got to be on the hairline, or whatever it may be. You could
Hmm.
recreate their hairline. So that's really my focus, is
Yeah.
destigmatizing the word wig.
Okay.
That's been
Yes.
my little passion inside me, to go on all these rants that I
Yes.
do.
Yes. Well, hey, we got to
um
rant about something. I mean, come on.
I mean, in this world that we're in, we have to. This would be it's prime time, if you are still a little
Hmm.
scared to go out in the world, to
Hmm.
bunker down and ventilate by yourself in the corner and
Right.
make money doing it. Like, that's the
Yes.
bigger thing, knowing how to scale your business. If you already are a wig maker, what
Yep.
skills are you going to learn to get you to that next step, to be making that bank? you know
Right.
when I talk about, like, the numbers, I talk a lot of
Hmm.
numbers, because I'm very
Yes.
transparent, because I
Hmm.
want people to know what they should be charging, or what they could be charging,
Hmm.
if it's a perfect product. TV and film, anywhere up to like 20, $30,000 for one wig. So, like, people are like, what? I would never in my whole life spend that. Well, if I'm spending 90 hours to make your wig, yes, that's what it's going to cost,
Hmm.
but it's going to look perfect. It's going to
Right.
match your hair. It's going to fit like a glove.
Right.
And that hairline is going to be unclockable to
Right.
the younger people out there. Unclocking, don't clock the wig, don't clock. So,
Yes.
and I, I just want people to know my journey learning all of this was not easy.
Hmm.
Working backstage on Broadway, there's really no guide
Hmm.
for that at all. I am a union hairstylist, so it kind of like you're thrown in with these like masters and like all these like secrets and techniques, and they don't want to
Yep.
share, and the backstabbing and the this and that, and don't look at my actresses. So I'm like, screw it. They're dead. They are
Yes.
dying, like, one at a time. We
Hmm.
need this information. I want to pass it down, and I want people to have it so they can build their business and tweak it. Use the parts that work for you and your business.
Yes. I
That's
love
really
that,
the
Daniel. Like, because,
yeah.
I think in every industry, there's always that, fear. It's really a fear that if people share knowledge, that they're not going to be needed. But I love how you're talking about this, about how sharing knowledge, it can help you get to the next level, really, because you don't have to, you're not afraid.
There's no competition, and I know we're born that way, to be honest, like
Mhm.
that feast and famine, and I think it's just ingrained in us. There's enough for everyone. There is enough for everyone. If I have to say it again, there's enough for you. There's plenty for you. Your path is your path. I hope you're just on your path and doing the right steps on that path, because I've been down some paths that I should have just thrown money in the air. I'd probably get more out of it than the paths I went down. So
Yes.
I just, yeah. So giving is going to give
Uh-huh.
you more room to receive. So
Right.
the more you give, the more you can receive. And
Yeah.
the show I'm on right now would not have happened if I wasn't in the right place, the right time in my
Hmm.
career. you know,
Hmm.
like, I'm thinking, if I got this opportunity, let's just say 2 years ago, I'm not the
Hmm.
same person because of what I went through with my business,
Hmm.
like what I'm doing on Clubhouse and how to speak
Yep.
and how to talk to people. So all of these things really do take in consideration on how your business grows and where you want to take it. Don't
Yes.
forget, it's your business.
That's right. That's right. It's nobody else's, right? It's your
No one else
business.
is knocking on that door being like, wake up, go make your book,
Exactly.
so
Yes. Oh my gosh. Right. Okay. So tell us. Okay. So I want to get into the digital stuff a little bit more in
yeah.
just a moment, but talk about your career, because you've had a super amazing career. And can you talk about, you were on Broadway.
Yeah. So, we could back it up. I went to beauty school during the day, and I was a drag queen at night. So, fun, laughs, good times. Got to learn how to beat a wig somehow, and the best way to learn is to do it. So that's the prime place to learn. And graduated. I worked in a mom and pop shop for a little bit. Not the best. Gonna
Hmm.
say not really for me. So I
Okay.
switched over to makeup.
Uh-huh.
I met one of a close friend, and he introduced me to someone who needed a replacement for someone on Broadway.
Hmm.
Leah Michelle, needed a hairdresser for the show Spring Awakening, and
Hmm.
that's how I got onto Broadway.
Okay.
I love theater as a kid. I was in every show. I would go see Broadway, so it was like a dream come true. I'm like, awesome, thank you
Mhm.
God, I made it. Now what? There's more. Like
Right.
that was like the pinnacle of my goal setting. So it just made me think that I need bigger goals.
Right.
So from there, it just 23 Broadway shows later, here I am. Now we've moved on to TV and film. Um, let me. I know people say it gets better.
Hmm.
No, you know how to handle things better. I
Yeah.
think that is a better way to put it. It does not get better. It gets harder, actually, and more lonelier. I thought I was lonely at the bottom. Dang. As you're climbing that ladder, it's even lonelier because you don't know
Right.
who's there for the right reasons. So,
Hmm.
yeah. So I worked a lot of TV and film. Um, right now we're on Miss Maisel. So I really am like, this is a huge, like, wigs and period hairstyling, and
Hmm.
it's television. I mean, check, 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 check. It's
Hmm.
amazing. I'm loving every
Hmm.
moment of it. The people are great. Um,
Yay.
but yeah, that's where I am now.
Yeah, so tell us like some of the people that you've worked with. People like
Okay,
to, I know
sure.
you don't like to brag. I want to brag on you. Tell us some of the people
Oh my
that you've
God.
worked with.
Um,
Mhm.
I mean, I started with Vanessa Williams, Jessica
Mhm.
Chastain, Dan Stevens, Patti
Mhm.
LaBelle, Cicely
Mhm.
Tyson, Bernadette Peters, Carol Channing, um, like old school. Like these are
Yeah.
old
Mhm.
school hot people. Just like oh gosh, I'm gonna totally screw up his name. Milo Van something or other. This is us. That's all I know.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I really don't know who I work with. I just work with them. They're people, so
Right.
I kind of
Mhm.
forget half the time. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's mm,
Well, that's quite an impressive
yeah.
lineup. I mean, I have to say, these are some of, I mean, you say old school, but it's like, this is like, a solid. These are solid people that have been doing this for a long time. So
Yeah.
dope, 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 dope. So let's get into these digital products. I
Uh,
love to talk about digital products.
oh
So
my
let's get
gosh.
into these. Okay. So let's talk about, because you got a lot of stuff going on the digital world.
I do. I do. We've grown really quickly over here in the
Good.
decoy land. So I started with my fully ventilating masterclass.
Hmm.
So it has the books, two books, wigging out and the business behind wigs, because as an artist, the business side kind of takes the short end of the stick, and that's the part that actually makes us the money. At the end of
Right.
the day, yes, we make a product, but we have people need to see that product to buy it. Um,
Hmm.
so I wrote that book as well, and it comes with 13 videos. So it's step
Wow.
by step. It's like, but there's no fluff. I do want to like clarify. I'm
Hmm.
not recreating the wheel. Like these are just my steps on how I create a wig. You
Hmm.
if you've taken someone else's course or if you make wigs yourself, some of these things you may know. So I broke it down. So if you want to like, oh, I do a bubble, I only do bubbles, I do not do measurements when I do a
Hmm.
head. So like if you just want to learn that part of the technique to up your skills, absolutely, like go ahead, take it and run. This is information I want you to have. So, and it's just how I did it, and I'm not the best learner or at all. So I wanted to break it down so people can like bite-sized pieces of huge content. So they're getting a lot for a little, unlike my
Hmm.
waist size where I have to eat so much and that gets big too. So, um, and
But
then
I
I,
love that, Daniel, because that is something that I did too. Like, I mean, I think that this
yeah,
is a really important point, like for anybody who's interested in making courses to, the way that you want to learn, teach it in that way. And I've also created bite-sized courses, bite-sized pieces so that people don't have to watch a 3 hour long video. They can
oh,
go to that section, right? And learn that one thing. So I
exactly.
love that you did it like that.
And that was different. So before I moved over and broke it down, truthfully, Clubhouse is
Hmm.
the place where it said, oh no, child, you need to break it down for people because if you are a wig maker, you don't know where you are on your journey. I don't know where you are. And to get everything from scratch, you might not need it. So
Mhm.
take what you want, leave what you don't, figure out the method that you want. I do have some physical products too, just throwing them
Mhm.
out there, because there's something that you can't find. And I've been
Yes.
getting that a lot from well, what lace do you use? Because there's how many
Mhm.
laces in the market? Thousands. So I just break it down to what I use so I can teach you better. Because I really want you to learn it so you can absorb it and learn it today so you could use it tomorrow so you can make money, hopefully by the end of that day. So
Okay.
I want you to get it quickly because I don't want you fuddy-duddying around trying to do the thing. Do it, get it done, and move on. Yeah, did I answer the question? I feel
Yes, you did. I know.
I
I
just
love
go
it. But
on
hey,
rant.
listen, we're here just to hear you talk. We love spending time with you, Daniel. I always enjoy
Oh,
our conversations.
we have fun.
Whether on Clubhouse, on the phone, DM,
I
whatever it
know.
is, I always enjoy our conversation. So tell me
Oh,
about wine and wigs.
oh my God. Okay, so because of Clubhouse, I love talking as much as the next person does, as you can tell, but making wigs is a physical thing. Like I want you to see it. I want you to look at it. So that's why I started Wine and Wigs. So it's once a week. It's about an hour and a half. It's
Hmm.
right now it's on Saturdays at 6 p.m. and it's just a place to come get information or just hear other people talk. Or if you have a question, if you're in the middle of a wig making project and you're like, how would Daniel do this? Come on in. I have my wine, as the night goes on, all the information comes out. But they
Yep.
are recorded. So we have 15 of them recorded now in my Wig Hackers community that
Okay.
has them saved. So you can join in the Wig Hackers community to get all of that. That's, I think, over 22 hours of me just dropping all my gems, so to speak,
Yes.
and in different forms. So it's a little bit different. But then I've been doing World of Wigs. And this is where I
Oh.
go through different parts of my method. So we have one that how I lay my lace. Like that,
Hmm.
I mean, getting the fit around the hairline, I know some of these
Hmm.
manufacturer wigs are a little wonky, but if you're cutting it off and adding your own 2-finger front, like, wow, that could totally change it. I'm just going to be real cheesy. A 2-finger front is the 2 fingers in front of the wig that you're going to cut off and put your new lace.
Okay.
That was a side note, just a little side
Yes.
note.
Thank
Um,
you. I needed that. I don't know if everybody else needed that. I needed that information. So thank you. Breaking it down.
um,
Thank you.
yeah, and I'm breaking it down so you could give your wig wins. And also the bigger part of the community is I'm actually in there. I'm in
Yes.
there answering questions. I'm in there. You can ask me anything. So if you write a question in there, I'm going to actually give you a video response to your question and have the thing. Or if I'm on set, I'm in the corner sneaking a video and they think I'm stealing the world secrets, but I'm really telling the world secrets of my own. Um,
Yes.
and then also to keep accountability. It's really an
Hmm.
accountability group for you, especially for ventilator. It's a loner sport. Wig making is a
Hmm.
loner sport. Once
Hmm.
you get what you need, you're on your own. So you can have someone there who's in your same boat with you and help push you a little bit. And you have, Mr. Grandma over here gonna be nagging you. Did you do your ventilating? Did you practice your knots? I want to see your knots. Show me your knots. Show me your ventilating. I want to see it so I can critique it in a semi nice way. Sometimes I'm rough.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm rough because sometimes you just need tough love.
Yes.
And just to get you to that next level, because everyone has it in them. If you have the passion, I'm going to draw it out in you so that you can build your business really on cement, not quicksand. So we can
Right.
actually start building those blocks and start using all of this education. Don't become a serial education taker. Don't be a
Hmm.
serial student. That's what it is. A
Yeah.
serial student. I want you to learn it and start making money from it.
Yeah.
I
Execute.
did not have any of that growing up through my business.
Yeah.
When I say growing up, my business has really matured from wig making to renting a business to renting wigs to
Hmm.
making wigs for TV and film. So there's so many different avenues and for cancer patients and
Hmm.
I don't want to say working with insurance because I don't work with insurance, but I love to talk about working with insurance.
Yes.
Um, so there's so many different avenues that someone in the hair industry can incorporate this with. And even
Hmm.
more, for me, I want you to know about wigs when you are behind that chair, because you never know who's going to need it and who you're going to be able to help, because you might
Right.
not have the information. I want you to have the information. So if you pop in a Wine and Wigs, you'll learn a ton of stuff so that you get inspired to even maybe try working with wigs or try helping someone who does need a wig. Um,
Yes.
yeah, that's
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
uh-oh.
Can you share with everyone what is the largest amount, right, that you've ever sold a wig for?
Personal, a person. Okay. So we have, uh, well, just one wig, or do you want like
Yeah,
it was like an order?
yeah, one wig.
One
I
wig.
think we had talked about this, how much one wig
Yeah. So
costed. Uh-huh.
$50,000 is the most that someone has paid for a wig from me.
Hmm.
It was very long. So just it was a
Say that one more time, because I need to make sure they heard you. Say that one more time. He
yeah.
just pressed, oh, just $50,000.
Fifty
I need
thousand
to.
dollars, yeah, is the most that someone has paid for a wig from me,
Mhm.
because it was hand done, fully hand tied, and it was long. So to tie one hair, my arm would have to extend to get it
Yes.
through. So the time went from like a normal 90 hours. Okay, I'm about 40. I tell people 90 because if you're learning from me, I'm just wicked fast for some reason, and I don't want people to have false expectations. So 90 hours to make one from scratch, but it took me about 150 hours. So
Okay.
like, so it's that time, and my time is
Right.
money. Because if I'm not on
Absolutely.
set, I'm gonna make a wig, and if I'm gonna make a wig, it's worth my time. Um,
Yes.
and that's the you can do it. If your work is good enough, they will pay. You just have to make sure your work is
Absolutely.
good enough.
That's right. Hey, and how
Huh?
you get good is you get Daniel to help you get started and get the knowledge over here. I'm not going to ask you how long you've been doing this unless you want to share how
Oh,
long you've been in the wig business.
I mean, um, okay, I've been a union hairstylist for 15 years.
Okay.
So that is union, that is really about like working on set, on Broadway,
Hmm.
on TV and film. But I've been working wigs since I was like 5 years old. I would put my mother's wigs. So
Hmm.
I know wigs quite well. And
Okay.
even people who do wigs don't know how to do wigs, like synthetic wigs, for example, right?
Yeah.
Two different avenues and two
Hmm.
different lanes of money that you're leaving on
Yeah.
the table if you only do one, not the other.
Oh wow. See,
So,
so much here. So gosh, Daniel, I feel like I could just talk to you forever. Um we have to have you
sorry about
back.
that.
But tell us before you go, please, please, please tell us what is next for you.
Oh my gosh. So I'm coming out with a cutting book, a coloring book, and a styling book. So those are going to be 3 books that also come with courses as well. So you can see exactly how I do it, from coloring my wigs from 613 and I color down, even if it is a level 1 or a black color. I will be using both a pro line and an over the counter line in my books so that you do not have to feel, oh, I have to only get the pro stuff, or I can only use over the counter. So I'm going to do that side by side. So that's been my little bit of a challenge, but we're doing it so that you can have the information, and then hopefully that'll inspire you to go to beauty school and get your license and make better money for yourself.
Yay! I love it, love it, love it. Daniel, you have to come back and tell us
Yes.
more. And you know what? I mean, I just had so much, got so much for this conversation. I see everybody here in the comments. They got a lot. You guys, make sure that you follow Daniel. These are all of his social media platforms. And Daniel, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you
us
so much,
on
Susan.
Beauty to Bang.
Bye.
All right, I'm so excited to have Daniel here today, guys. This is literally, I enjoy so much talking to Daniel. Here are his links so that you can go ahead and follow him. He's just so amazing. He is so knowledgeable about this. Make sure that you check out his website, follow him on Instagram and everywhere else. I want to read some of the comments because people were really like loving Daniel. Okay. Karina's Crown hair collection said, okay, Daniel, now I'm going to be following you around like a lost puppy. Teach me. Okay. Lily Baker on Facebook said, wow, $50,000 for one wig. And David said, know your worth. Okay. So many people are like really blown away with this $50,000 wig. Okay. Cheryl Bergamy said, yes, I know Daniel, right, on YouTube. Okay. So make sure that you guys do follow Daniel. He's super amazing. I see a lot of other more technical questions as well. So go ahead, please reach out to Daniel directly, to make sure that you get all your questions answered. Because a lot of people were, asking very technical questions like about ventilating and things like that. And so Daniel can definitely help you with that. Definitely reach out to him as well. Okay, so we're coming to the end of this show here, but I do want to invite you guys to join my challenge. Okay, I have a challenge starting next Monday, July 12th. And it will be to how to write and sell your ebook in 7 days. We will be going live with a challenge on next Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Each day, every single day for 7 days, I will be going live on an Instagram page called Social Barber Challenge. Make sure that you go ahead and sign up. Okay, ebookin7days.com is the website. I've dropped it into the chat here. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and DM me. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I know it might sound really overwhelming. It might sound really kind of crazy. Write a book season. Are you crazy? Yes, I am a little bit crazy because I have a system that works, and I've been able to get tons of other beauty professionals to go ahead and write and sell their ebook in 7 days. Last time I did this challenge, it was right before Black Friday, and so many people were able to do it. People who had not even thought about writing books, people who thought about writing books, but they never did it. Some people who had started writing books and never finished. Some of those people finished that book using my system and then were able to write a second book within the 7 days. I know it sounds so crazy, but if you've been looking at passive income, you've been thinking about how do I get started with my system, an ebook is super easy, and it's something that can be sold over and over and over again. You don't need a website. You don't need an editor. You don't need a graphic designer. I got you covered. Everything I have is using free tools. Okay. Yes. Nikita said, yes, it's overwhelming when you don't have a clue. That's why you got me, guys. We will be going live. It's going to be, you're going to be able to see my screen. We're going to be talking, and every single day we're going to go live. I'm going to teach you something, and I'm going to give you some homework to do. But by the end of that week, you can now add to your resume author. Okay. And this is actually a great way when you have that, that title in your resume to say, I wrote this book. A lot of other people will want to come to you, and people look at you as an expert. Okay. So even if you don't know what to write your book on, I got you. I'm going to talk to you about some of the easiest things to do. But you definitely want to go ahead and join that. Okay. So guys, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Beauty to Bank. We laughed, we cried. No, I'm kidding, I'm being dramatic, but we will be back here next week. Remember, Beauty to Bank is the #1 place on the web where beauty professionals learn how to make money without standing behind the chair. I'm your host, Season Bennett, and I will see you next week at the same place and the same time. Goodbye.